I figured that would work, but apparently it doesn't want to. So it's not defined for types. So, great. This is what we'll do. If p equals nothing. Nope, still gonna yell at me. Gotta love it. You know, let's just see what happens. Because we want it to draw the stuff in the background, and then we want it to do the dialogue as well. So we need to figure out why it didn't quit. It should have. I mean, we're essentially changing the counter to 6 when we hit that, and then we're doing it by reference, so it should have worked. Apparently it didn't want to, though. Count equals 6. Dialog equals nothing. Remain visible equals false. Game over equals true. I really don't know why it didn't just quit. Oh God, of course I do. Oh man, I am an idiot. Else if counter equals 6. It's because we're having this in counter 5 and we're changing the counter. It doesn't make much sense. And that's exactly why we set that up. So let's just quickly do this. 3/10. Returns yes, then quit. So there we go. Now we should be in good state. Obviously we still need to fix some stuff, but let's just take a quick look at it and see what happens. I want to make sure that it, even if it's not visible or not there, it's still going to work okay. We might get an exception thrown. I'm hoping not, though. Well, didn't yell at me yet. There, see, now it's actually drawing it over our stuff, and of course we can't click on nothing behind it because we're running this primarily. So no, goes back to the screen, exit, yes, and now quits. So that actually worked perfectly, exactly the way we wanted it to. We just need to reposition some stuff and fix some things in our dialogue here. Otherwise it worked great. So the first thing we'll do is we'll fix the dialogue draw. Yeah, I didn't put a check in there at all. Well, actually, it should automatically do it. Oh no, it doesn't check. Okay, so we need to fix that. So real quick, I just need to add a little if statement. If le.visible equals true, then draw it. Otherwise, don't. That's all we need to do. Same with this. If label.visible equals true, then go ahead and print it. Otherwise, don't. So that's all that was missing there. For the actual form, when we put it on the screen, we just got to fix the positioning. So main menu check right here. When we set it up, position wasn't quite right. Let's try. Let me try 150 by 150 just to see what that looks like. And I also didn't see this show up properly, which is odd. String. I wonder why. Let me check the dialogue. Equals label. It should have showed up. Not sure why that did not show up at all. Curious. I guess we'll take a look at it. Maybe it did and I just wasn't paying attention. Alright, so exit game. There it is. Oh yeah, it does show up. And there's no cancel now. See? Wonderful. Are you sure you wish to quit? Yes, no. It looks like our buttons can afford to come down a bit and the text come up a bit. This looks great. This is exactly what I was after. This is basically what we did with our dialogue class that allows us to do this stuff. It's a very basic example right now. Obviously there's still a lot to code, a lot to add to it, a lot to make it really, really great. and obviously the fun one will be the input box. But I like the positioning here. I could actually move it a bit more. But this is great. I have a yes/no confirmation box of whether or not I want to quit, and I can reuse the box and everything like that. You can see it works fine on the reuse. Whoops. I clicked on the button behind it because it comes right back up and it doesn't throw an exception. And that was kind of odd that it does that. So I will need to move it down or something. The reason it's doing that is because I click here and it's also I click through there. It really has to do with speed. I click yes and it's gone. The reason why nothing in the background, even though we're still drawing and we're still calling that original thing really quick, just want to explain that in case you're curious, is because back here we're running GUI check first, then we are running our dialog input. So if there's nothing to draw in dialog input, it's not going to really run, obviously, and GUI check gets priority, and so all its input is taken care of. But if there's a dialog up, it's going to show it up above the GUI check to give the drawing appearance that looks right as an overlay, but it's not going to take any input because this has priority. It's really interesting and actually really neat, and it's just the way it runs through this. So I actually do want to move these buttons down a little bit. Very happy with how this looks. So I'm going to work on this a little bit more, situate it a little bit more, get it positioned a little better, see if I can tweak it out a little bit, and then we'll start working on actually doing detection and also some more heavy modifications, so it's a lot more flexible on what we need to do and things like that. Right now this is pretty not so easy to use, not very friendly, and obviously all we have right now is the confirmation box. So why doesn't it throw an error? Because, well, this doesn't exist, and since it doesn't exist, it's no big deal. Honestly, I'm not sure. I'm just glad it didn't throw an error. I mean, it wouldn't be hard to fix it, and could it be a problem later? Probably, but since it comes back null, it probably just ignores it, and so this comes back null, and it doesn't find the case, so it just ignores it. That would be my guess. So anyway, that's what we've got so far. Very cool. Wonderful to see it working. Obviously, a lot of tweaking still to do on it, and I want to do one more quick run, and all I want to check for is memory usage here. I'm looking to see if make sure that since it's clearing, I want to make sure that we're actually dumping memory here. So right now I'm at about 2074, 37, 70, so that's going fine. That's our actual physical memory. Between it looks like 37, 38, 5, 7. Okay, stuff is going up and down, which is good. We don't want to see consistent up, and away, because if we did, we would know there's a memory leak. Right now we know there's not. Our new dialog here comes up, works fine. Again, it goes up and down, no problem. Click no, whoops, and there we go. So exit, click yes, and all that memory is gone. So awesome. So it looks like everything is cool. I just wanted to double check and make sure. It's something to be aware of when you're doing stuff like this is memory leaks. It's always an issue, and it can be a really painful issue. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and start coding some more stuff again, of course, and you'll get to watch that. So I'll go ahead and get to that. So basically, that's the very basic start of the dialog class. You can see how well that actually worked out with the confirmation box. Obviously, there was a few little tweaks and things to fix, primarily because it was a rush job. You know, even though I put a lot of, pretty much filled a piece of paper with information on it. It was just the basic structure and things that I would need in order to get the class to work and to give me a basis to jump on, basically like a foundation. And then the rest was kind of inline. I wasn't sure exactly how it was going to have to be coded in to the actual code of the engine, and so that's kind of what you saw with all that there. But still, it's really useful and it's really important, and learning it like that is actually a good idea, because when you use it down the road, either whether it's for something else or whether you're expanding on it for different dialogues or different things, for GUI elements that are reusable, like inventory bags, whatever that I might come up with later on, you're going to see a lot of this dialog class stuff come up, be changed, tweak, and etc. The confirmation box obviously is a very basic start, and there's a few different things, little minor cosmetic things really, that I'm going to work on next, that you're going to see in part 4 here coming up next. So you want to stick around for that. After that's done, we move on to the input box, and I don't think we're going to have enough time. We're definitely not going to have enough time to show the entire thing of that here in this vblog, but that one was a real treat. So getting most of this cosmetic stuff done will actually help us when we move on to the input box, and we're also going to get the standard message box done to get a basic finish of this class dialog. So you definitely want to stick around for that. A lot of cool stuff. You're going to see me messing with strings, basically trying to get it formatted right, and a lot of math. Yeah, but well, stay tuned.